Today we're diving deep into Solo Leveling Season 3's first part. So picking up right where Season 2 ended, Jin-Woo has entered the Red Gate and is absolutely dominating. After clearing the first wave of magical beasts, he presses forward with his shadow army looking like the boss he truly is. Then we get this amazing scene where the dungeon boss emerges with his elite guards, scanning the battlefield for whoever massacred his forces. The moment his eyes lock onto Jin-Woo, guys, you can feel the tension. But get this, before the boss can even issue a command, he realizes his entire army has already been wiped out. The silence on the battlefield? Chilling. Jin-Woo's reaction? He's just amused. He calmly commands his shadow soldiers to reveal themselves and orders them to eliminate everything in their path. The way Jin-Woo and his shadow army march forward, exuding that overwhelming aura? Iconic. The magic beasts charge with everything they've got, but they're absolutely no match. Jin-Woo's forces tear through them piece by piece. The boss is literally paralyzed with fear, watching his army get annihilated while his agonized screams echo through the dungeon. In a last desperate move, the boss lunges forward, but Beru, moving at lightning speed, strikes first. Those claws pierce right through the boss's body. Then Igris follows up by severing an arm in one swift motion, and Tusk delivers the finishing blow, slamming the boss into the ground so hard the entire battlefield trembles. After the dust settles, Jin-Woo steps forward to the barely alive boss and demands answers. But the boss stays silent, the system probably interfering again to hide crucial information. Here's where things get really interesting. Jin-Woo pulls out this cursed random box key. Remember that rare item he got after defeating Baron in the Demon Castle? Back then it gave us zero information, but now that Jin-Woo has reached level 100 after the Jeju Island raid, the conditions have been met. The system finally reveals what this key is for, the Cartenon Temple's gate, and the location will be revealed once the time passes. When Jin-Woo hears Cartenon Temple, you can see everything clicking in his mind. The double dungeon, those creepy stone statues, the mysterious stone slate. It's all coming together. Jin-Woo realizes the system is calling him back to where his journey began. The very place that set him on the path of a reawakened hunter is summoning him again. This time it feels different, though. If the system orchestrated everything from the start, Jin-Woo is ready to answer the call. I got chills when Jin-Woo mentally declares to the statue of God to wait for him, because he's coming. As Jin-Woo leaves the Red Gate, he's approached by this guy introducing himself as Adam White from the Federal Bureau of Hunters. The man says he has information no other country or institution can provide, immediately piquing Jin-Woo's interest. Adam explains they make it their mission to share knowledge with special individuals like Jin-Woo, and after his performance on Jeju Island, their interest in him skyrocketed. Jin-Woo is about to walk away, skeptical as always, until Adam drops one word that stops him in his tracks: upgrader. They head to meet Michael Connor, the Bureau's deputy director, who wastes no time offering Jin-Woo a spot among the American hunters. Jin-Woo cuts straight to the point. He's only there for the upgrader. That's when we meet Norma Selner, the only person in the world who can enhance an awakened being's abilities. She claims individuals can experience a 20 to 30% increase in strength after completing all 3 stages of her enhancement. To prove her abilities, Norma offers to perform the first stage right there. She takes Jin-Woo's wrist and tells him to look into her eyes. Connor watches closely, certain Jin-Woo will be eager to continue once he experiences the upgrade. But what happens next? Absolute shock. As Norma gazes into Jin-Woo's eyes, she's suddenly consumed by overwhelming darkness. She frantically searches until a shadow emerges, moving closer, revealing its terrifying presence as it opens its eyes and stares directly at her. Overwhelmed with fear, she screams and falls off her chair. The agents instantly draw their guns at Jin-Woo, but Connor quickly intervenes, reminding them who they're dealing with. I mean, if they'd acted this way toward Thomas Andre or Liu Ji-gang, they wouldn't have lived to regret it. Connor apologizes profusely while Norma can barely speak, trembling. When she finally catches her breath, she reveals something incredible. Jin-Woo is no ordinary hunter. He's a king, a powerful king beyond anything she's ever encountered. When Connor asks if Jin-Woo is as strong as a national-level hunter, Norma admits she can't even measure it. What she experienced went beyond rankings. When she looked at Jin-Woo, she saw a presence within him, a force so overwhelming that it looked into her as she tried to peer into him. The most chilling part? She tells Connor there's no limit to Jin-Woo's power. The story then shifts back in time to America, where a hunter is trapped in a high-level dungeon, face to face with Selith, the Frost Monarch who's hunting rulers within the country. Yogamont, the Transfiguration Monarch, arrives with urgent news about a small island to the east, which is Korea. Apparently the rulers are attempting to free Legia south of Korea, and he needs Selith to take his place in the east. When Selith asks about the Shadow Monarch, Yogamont assures him that as long as the architect fulfills the contract, everything will go according to plan. He also reveals that the greatest fragment of light has been located in the east. Just then, they sense a powerful presence. A ruler has arrived. It's Sung Il-Hwan, Jin-Woo's father. He deliberately left traces of his power to lure the monarchs to America, and he's furious about them referring to Korea as the small island to the east. The monarchs prepare to leave, but Il-Hwan launches an attack. Selith counters by creating a massive ice wall that explodes on impact, shaking the entire area. Back in the present, we see Yu Jin-Ho at the office, fully committed to his new mission, silencing anyone bad-mouthing Jin-Woo online after the Jeju Island raid controversy. Jin-Woo appears beside him, startling Jin-Ho out of his concentration. Jin-Woo mentions he just returned from a gate with high-level magic cores to fund their guild. Jin-Ho is impressed. With these resources, they won't have to worry about future employee salaries. Jin-Woo looks confused about employees, and Jin-Ho reminds him they still need one more member to officially establish the guild. They start discussing potential guild names when someone knocks on the door. And who's standing there? Hunter Cha Hae-In. Jin-Woo is completely shocked. Someone of her stature showing up at his office is unexpected. When he asks what brings her there, she gets straight to the point. She wants to join his guild. Jin-Woo is puzzled. It's only been 2 years since her awakening, meaning she's still under contract with the Hunters Guild. But Hae-In is willing to pay the penalty to break her contract and expects nothing in return. Not even a signing bonus or salary. When Jin-Woo presses for her reasons, Hae-In struggles to put her feelings into words. She can't admit the truth, that after he saved her from death on Jeju Island, she wants to be near him. Instead, she claims she wants a simpler life. To test her resolve, Jin-Woo introduces a guild entrance test. She has to face one of his summons, his strongest one. Hae-In doesn't even flinch. There's no fear, no hesitation. They head to the Hunter Association's gymnasium, with Jin-Woo using Shadow Exchange to transport them both instantly. Hae-In is amazed by the experience. At the gym, Hae-In realizes she left her weapon behind, so she chooses a training sword similar to her usual one. Jin-Woo summons Igris, the best swordsman among his shadow soldiers, explaining that victory means destroying the summon, while defeat means surrendering. To make the fight fair, Jin-Woo gives Igris the Demon Monarch's sword. The match begins with Igris striking first. A bolt of lightning crackling with immense power shoots toward Hae-In. She dodges with cat-like agility as the blast leaves a deep charred mark on the wall behind her. Jin-Woo is impressed. A lesser hunter would have been fatally wounded. Hae-In charges forward, and their blades clash, sending sparks flying. Despite wielding the Demon Monarch's sword, Igris struggles against Hae-In's relentless, refined, and precise attacks. With one final blow, she sends Igris crashing into the wall. Jin-Woo calls off the match, but Hae-In isn't satisfied. She steps forward, breathing steady, and questions whether Igris is truly Jin-Woo's strongest summon. She wants to face his strongest one now. Jin-Woo hesitates, concerned she might get hurt, but Hae-In's determination is absolute. She wants this fight. Jin-Woo finally agrees and summons Beru. The moment Beru materializes, the atmosphere in the gymnasium shifts dramatically. Despite Beru's crushing aura, Hae-In stands firm. Jin-Woo commands Beru to defeat Hae-In, but emphasizes she must not be harmed. Beru unleashes a thunderous battle cry that shakes the entire gymnasium, his blade-like claws extending menacingly. Jin-Woo reminds Beru of his command, and Beru immediately retracts his claws. Hae-In sees an opening and moves to attack, but before she can react, Beru vanishes from her sight. She recognizes this move from Jeju Island and steels herself. Beru reappears behind her, but this time she's ready. Her blade lashes out in a flurry of precise strikes, but not a single one lands. Beru dodges effortlessly, his form unmoving, his gaze impassive. The gap in their power becomes painfully clear. No matter how fast or precise her attacks are, they simply can't reach him. Beru suddenly closes the distance between them. A suffocating stench of death washes over Hae-In, momentarily paralyzing her limbs. Instead of attacking, Beru releases a terrifying roar that sends her skidding backward. Jin-Woo grimaces at the one-sided fight and asks if Hae-In is satisfied, hoping she'll yield. But her resolve hasn't wavered. She still wants to fight. Jin-Woo senses Beru's growing irritation. Unlike his other summons, Beru is still a predator at heart, suppressing his overwhelming instinct to kill. Suddenly, Beru's patience snaps. His instincts flare, and he can no longer tolerate prey standing up to its predator. His claws extend once more as he lunges at Hae-In with lethal intent. She barely dodges. Realizing she has to take a risk, Hae-In activates her most powerful technique, sword dance. Moving with increasing speed, her blade carves elegant arcs in the air, each strike flowing seamlessly into the next. The sound of metal clashing fills the room as Beru blocks every attack with his claws. Growing tired, Beru decides to end it. He catches her sword with his bare hand and shatters it. Half the blade falls to the floor. But Hae-In doesn't hesitate. She channels all her remaining magic power into the broken weapon, its jagged edge glowing with intense light. She's about to unleash a skill she's never used before, Blade of Light. Seeing her chance, Hae-In thrusts her glowing weapon toward Beru, who briefly lowered his guard after breaking her sword. Jin-Woo's eyes widen. Something is wrong. In that brief moment, Beru's mind resets. Jin-Woo's command to avoid harming Hae-In is overridden by an old, deeply ingrained instinct. Annihilate all enemies. To Beru, Hae-In is no longer an opponent, she's prey. With claws outstretched, Beru launches himself at Hae-In with terrifying speed. She freezes, her instincts screaming, but it's too late to react. Just as Beru's claws are about to reach her, Jin-Woo intervenes. In a blur, he catches Beru's attack with his bare hands. Beru trembles as his gaze meets Jin-Woo's, realizing his mistake. He leaps back, dropping to the ground, begging for forgiveness. Jin-Woo sighs, understanding what happened. Beru's protective instincts momentarily overrode his command. He glares at the kneeling shadow before shifting his gaze toward Hae-In, who has fallen to one knee, breathing ragged. Jin-Woo still doesn't understand why she's pushing herself so hard. Someone of her caliber doesn't need to risk her life over a guild entrance exam. When he asks her directly, Hae-In remains silent, avoiding his gaze. Then comes the moment we've all been waiting for. Jin-Woo asks Hae-In if she's interested in him. Her head snaps up, expression betraying her shock. Jin-Woo, sensing her surprise, dismisses the thought with a shrug. But after a long pause, Hae-In quietly admits the truth. Jin-Woo is right. She does have feelings for him. Wow. What an incredible start to Season 3. The animation quality is insane, especially during the fight scenes with Beru and Hae-In. Jin-Woo's power continues to grow beyond anything we could have imagined, and the revelation about the Cartenon Temple key finally gives us some answers while raising even more questions. The confrontation between Sung Il-Hwan and the Monarchs sets up an epic storyline that's clearly building towards something massive. And that confession from Hae-In? I've been waiting for that since Season 1. What did you guys think? Are you as hyped as I am for the rest of Season 3? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to stay updated with all our anime reviews. This is Otakuact signing off. See you in the next video.